Your business isn't growing because you're trying too hard. The 3 most effective ways to scale any e-commerce business are simple and obvious. You aren't doing them because everyone else wants to sell you a complex strategy to grow sales that only lines their pockets, not yours. I've built 2 businesses with over $100 million in sales by mastering the simple art of rapidly scaling sales. I've also helped thousands of others, including complete beginners in business, grow companies with billions of dollars in sales. Here are my 3 best strategies you can apply right now to increase your sales, profits, and cash flow immediately. You can use the first one to make more profit today than you made in the past month. Plus, I'm even going to give you 2 bonus strategies just for sticking around till the end. The first way is to create a mega bundle of all of your products. I prefer to make money in most cases the easy way. The hard way is launching new products, doing new marketing campaigns, trying to get new traffic. The easy way is to make more from what you've already got. You've already got customers. You already have people looking on your website, already have people trying to buy from you. The easiest way to make more money without creating any new products, getting any more traffic, is to just take all of your products, or at least all the ones that are complementary, put them together in one single bundle and sell that. I've seen people do this. I remember on a jiu-jitsu website when I did that for like 6 years, there's a very popular jiu-jitsu website, and he would literally bundle these things together for like $1,000, $1,500, where you could buy individual courses for $100 or $200. You can do the same exact thing no matter what kind of business you own, but especially e-commerce. The big reasons to do this is, first off, some people are going to buy it, so that's good. You make a lot of money, high profit margin, big average order value on those. Number 2, which is maybe not as clear, not as obvious, is it's going to anchor a higher price point. So if you're using something like Shopify or really anywhere on your website, put this bundle near the top. Because no matter what product individually you sell, when somebody sees this very high price thing, they're automatically going to think that your regular products are less expensive. And in most cases, that's going to increase sales of your less expensive products, even if nobody buys the more expensive product. So tactic number 1 is to create a mega bundle of all of your products. And this stuff, it doesn't matter how sophisticated your buyers are, it's still going to work. I'm writing a book right now, and I signed up with a company that kind of helps you through the process of writing this thing and editing and creating the cover and all that. They had 3 different package levels. And so they had one, which is the one that I signed up for, which was like 60 grand. Then they had a higher level one that was 180 grand, which was not that much different other than you got to work with the main guy sort of one-on-one in addition to all the other stuff. And I was like, I'm not signing up for 180 grand. I'm just going to do the 60 grand one. And I thought about it later. I was like, 60 grand is not a cheap price point for this thing. I was totally anchored from that 180 grand. I know this stuff. I've been doing this stuff, marketing. I've sold hundreds of millions of dollars online. I've studied all the marketing, all the psychology. This stuff still works on me. It's part of our human nature. So create a mega bundle. Some people are going to buy it. You're going to get some high margin sales, and it's also going to make all the rest of your products seem like a better deal. Number 2, double your proof. I remember I was sitting at an internet marketing event maybe 10 years ago, and there was a guy in there, great copywriter, great internet marketer named Frank Kern, and he was doing a presentation. He was trying to drive home this point of the value of proof. And he was talking about, like, if somebody's like, say that they can levitate, you're going to be like, yeah, bullshit. Like, nobody can do that. No way. But he said, all of a sudden, if they just started flying around the room, he's like, then you would believe them. That's the point of proof. If you say your product is good, but that's one thing versus a lot of other people proving that it's good through their own testimonials. If you say your product has this benefit or say this feature can do something for their life, they're probably not going to believe it. But if they hear other people that it's actually done that for them, for their lives, and they're not incentivized to sort of provide those points of proof, that's what's going to really increase your conversion rate. I saw one brand really put this into play. Years ago, I went to this little mastermind event, and there were some guys there that I wasn't familiar with, but they owned a brand called Snow Teeth Whitening, and I didn't realize how big it was at the time. I looked at their landing page because they were crushing it. It was all just proof. It was like celebrity testimonials, influencer testimonials, regular customer testimonials. That was like 90% of the page. 10% was actual sales copy. The easiest way to write better sales copy is to add more proof. So what I recommend you doing is take your top traffic page, count the number of proof points, meaning written testimonials, photo testimonials, video testimonials, if you have any media logos on there, if you have any stats about your business, such as, 100,000 orders, 10 years in business, that kind of thing, count each individual one and get that total number. Then what I want you to do is to double it. Put double the amount of proof on your page, and I guarantee you your conversion rate is going to go up. Now, a way you can do this in about 5 minutes is to write an email to all your past buyers. Very simple, one sentence, and just say, it's from the founder. I just want to know what you liked about the product. You're going to get a ton of replies. You don't even have to go any further other than to take those. You can do them as screenshots, or you can just make them a little nicer on your page. You can literally just screenshot your emails, add all of those to your landing page. Your conversion rate's going to go up, or product page. Then what I recommend going a step further is those that give you written reviews. Follow up and ask them if they can just take a really quick selfie photo, not polished, nothing fancy. See if they can give you a quick photo with them holding the product. Nothing else beyond that. And then if you need to incentivize them, that's up to you. And then the ones who send you photo reviews, then ask them if you want to give them a better incentive, or that's completely up to you. Check with your attorney, all that sort of stuff. But if you want to go a step further, ask the ones who give you photo reviews to give you video reviews. That's going to be a way better process, because there's a whole idea in psychology called commitment and consistency. We want to keep doing things that we've already done. So if we've already given a written review, we're like, fine, we'll give you a photo review. If we've already given a photo review, it's like, fine, I'll give you a video review. But if you ask me from scratch, like, hey, can you take out your phone and do super uncomfortable because I don't like being on video, and give me a video review talking about my product, I'm like, no, pass, not going to do that. So you want to stair step them up, and that's what we found to be way more effective. Also, as a little sneaky trick, if you want to get some of those media logos on your site, you can run a press release. Just look up online, paid press release services, or you can even run some Google display ads, because when you run some Google display ads, you'll get a whole report of all the sites that your ads were featured on. Then you can add a little section on your website that says as seen on. Even if it was an ad, it was seen on that page. You're not implying that they endorse you or any of that kind of stuff. I recommend keeping a log of all those so you have a record, but that's an easy way to get some of those media logos on your site to also increase the amount of proof that you have. Third, turn your best performing broadcast emails into autoresponders. Great point about email autoresponders is they produce you automatic sales. And for broadcast emails, meaning like one-time promotional emails, you spend all this time planning those promotions, writing those emails, sending the emails, measuring the emails, coming up with subject lines. Don't make all that effort go to waste. Turn those best broadcast emails into autoresponder emails, so that anytime a customer buys from you or you get an email lead, you're producing automatic sales. You don't have to write any new emails. Now, if it was like a holiday promotion, Christmas promotion, you can just change the name. Say it's a new customer promotion or a customer loyalty promotion. Just remove the word Christmas and replace that in there everywhere, and keep everything else the same. Use those to easily build. If you were to go back through your broadcast emails, if you've been doing email marketing for any period of time, and to look at the broadcast emails you've sent, you could add an email autoresponder that goes months, 3 months, 4 months, and sending an email every few days. Just looking at those broadcast emails, you could probably do all of that in like 2 hours. Edit the promotions, create new coupons, change it from Christmas to whatever else, make them more evergreen, throw them in your autoresponder. Now you've got this never-ending sales cycle. So it's like if you forget to send emails, you don't have a promotion running on, those things are going to be running automatically, helping to scale your business. Now here's 2 bonus tactics. Number 1, I call it the free traffic amplifier. What I recommend doing is pull the last 90 days of expenses on your credit card, your business credit card. For you're inevitably going to find stuff in there that's being wasted. I remember one time in my business, we had $1,300 a month getting hit on our PayPal account that we had no idea what it was. I'd ask my business partner, you know what this is? He was like, no. We'd ask our lead developer. I was like, you know what this is? He's like, no. And we're like, maybe it's like something important that's going to break the business if we cut it. We let that thing run for 2 years. Then we finally were like, screw it. And we cut it. It changed absolutely nothing. I still to this day have no idea what that was for. And so that's the value of every 90 days, looking at the charges that are hitting your credit card and finding out what you can reduce. Try to cut that by 10 to 20%. The reason is not just to save money, because I recommend taking that 10 to 20%, dumping it into the bottom of your funnel, dumping it straight back into ads. So now you're basically getting 10 to 20% of your cost put into ads that are essentially free, because all you did was remove waste inside of your business, put it back into traffic. Those are going to flow down into additional customers that you can then resell stuff to in the future. It's a free way to grow your business. Number two, I call it the Vitamix velocity strategy. Create a premium version of your best-selling product. If you were to go look at Vitamix, I have a Vitamix that I've had for a long time, and these blenders sell anywhere from like $270 to $650. They also use the bundle strategy. So if you were to look at some of their bundles, those are as high as $900 to get some blenders and some accessories and whatnot. And so I recommend you taking your best product, a product that sells the most, and create a premium version of that product. Increase the value of the materials, create an exclusive version. Give you an example. With my wife, I just bought her a Christmas gift. It was on her list. This is what she wants. She doesn't buy this stuff herself. So she likes to get these kind of crazy things, in my opinion, for Christmas that she would never buy on her own. So she wanted this Montclair beanie, which to me just looks like a regular beanie you'd get from like a sports store. All it does is have their little logo. I guarantee you this thing doesn't cost more than $20 for them to make. That thing costs $350. People will buy stuff for illogical reasons, not because it's necessarily that much better, but just because they want it. So create a premium version of your product, and I guarantee you some segment of your customer base will buy that. Doesn't matter how expensive it is, doesn't matter why it's more expensive, some portion of your buyers will buy that thing. And that'll dramatically increase your profit, because usually the profit on those kind of products, like the beanie thing, costs them $20. They sell for $350. The profit margin on that is insane. Now, they're not going to sell a huge volume of them because not everyone wants one of those. Same thing with you. You can have this huge profit margin that's like, selling your typical product to 50 people. You can make that in one sale of this premium product, so it dramatically increases your profit margin. Doesn't require a lot of inventory to manage. You always have scarcity because you can say, because you don't buy that much of this thing, that you only have so much stock left. Good scarcity in place. Easy way to increase your sales and profits. So if you want to see the exact 4 steps that I use to scale a $17,000 a month e-commerce business to over $50 million a year, watch this video next.